Nice, there we go. Okay. Welcome in, guys. I'm not going to be able to do, I'm not going to be able to really read comments because the way I have my phone set up is so that you guys can see what I'm doing. So when I'm done, I will be able to read comments better, but for now, it is what it is. Perfect. Okay. I hope everyone's having a good night tonight. I'm sort of am. I mean, not as good as I'd like, but it's been a very productive day, so I can't complain too much. The only way I can get the back off my pump is by using a letter opener. It's obnoxious. It's just, I don't have the finger strength to do the lock and unlock, and this one's like super extra stiff. It's worse than my last one. So I've discovered I just use a letter opener, and this is a special letter opener. This is from J.R. Ward from a virtual signing event that I did. This one was for Lover Unveiled. She does all kinds of cool stuff like that. So this is a special letter opener. And yes, it is meant to look like a dagger because her books are the Black Dagger Brotherhood. So that is on purpose. Okay, vitamins. I need that. I need lots of alcohol pads. Need my gloves, which I am getting dangerously low on gloves, and that makes me very nervous. Might as well grab these out too, because I am going to need them to do my Zofran. Hope everyone's having a good night tonight. Normally, I would have music playing, but I really don't feel like fighting to pull something up right now. So, I just really want to get this set up because I'm already late as it is, which means it's going to throw everything off tomorrow with my appointments, and that sucks. these little vials here are my vitamins. I have to add these into my TPN bag because it's not stable with the vitamins like in it. They can't add the vitamins in. It's not stable that way. So they send me the vials and I just have to draw it up into a syringe and put it in the TPN, and then it's good to go. Yes, I am using sanitizer and gloves. Normally I wouldn't even bother with the gloves, but my skin is extremely angry at me right now. So gloves and sanitizer to make sure. Also because I'm sick still, I still have a cough. So I'm just taking lots of extra precautions just to be on the safe side. Okay. So you always want to draw air back into your syringe because that is going to help get your medication out. So I do the full vial pretty much. It's 5 mLs from both of these. And see how I've got that little bit of air there. It's so crazy to think that I used to get so overwhelmed and think that there were so many steps and so much a part of this, and now it's super easy. I haven't even been on TPN for a month. In fact, I think I'll be starting week 3 on TPN here in just a couple of days. You will notice me sanitizing a lot. That is for a reason, like I said, especially with me being sick. I am taking a lot of extra precautions because my PICC line goes straight to my heart. So that means any bacteria that gets in my line goes straight to my heart. So that can be deadly. It can be devastating. And it's just not something that I play around with. I love that. How it turns yellow. It goes from being milk white to, once this is in and mixed up, which you guys will see here in a moment, it kind of becomes more looks more like melted cheese, like mozzarella, at least in my opinion. And this is all I do. You just gently mix it in. I've apparently caught on to this very quickly compared to most people, which is funny to me, but I think it's just because I have a medical background. I grew up with my great-grandmother, who was a nurse, and took care of people in her home. And then, so I kind of had a love for all things medical from a very young age. And then I went to school because I was going to be a CNA, get my CNA, and I wound up not being able to because at some point I have been exposed to tuberculosis, but I don't have it. So there's a preventative medication that they made me take, and they said that I could not, end, like, period, end of, go into the medical field until I had completed this preventative medication to make sure that I didn't have TB, even though all my tests came back saying that I didn't have it. And I wound up being allergic to the medication. So I don't even remember what it was. I cannot find it in my records. So all I know is they told me that it was a preventative TB medication that I had to take. All right, blood warning, I do have to draw back. Perfect. I do things a little out of order compared to some people, but I do what works for me. I don't know why I look at that every time. Like, I literally, I do. I look at that every single time. Every day. I do this every day. Like I said, even though I can't read comments right now, I will as soon as I no longer need to be aseptic. Oh, whoever's tapping those likes, thank you very much. I can kind of see my screen, but not very well, so. Okay. So now's the fun part. And I mean that totally sarcastically. My least favorite part. but we gotta do it. So my TPN goes in this wonderful bag here. And of course everything wants to go sliding. Because why have it work for me? I do this before I prime it because it's a lot easier for me. It does mean I have to sanitize a little more. But I like to get it all set up in my backpack before I prime the line and get it connected to me, because I learned during that first week that if I connect it to me first before I put it in the bag, it's a lot harder. So, and these just help to hold it, keep things from flopping around too much. Okay. I do get tired of the Velcro though. It is kind of a sensory nightmare. But you do what you gotta do. Just trying to make sure I get it in the right spot. Okay. That probably blocked a good chunk of your view of me, but yeah, you can't really see my face. Oh, my back is freaking killing me. I get to do meds after this though, so okay. These beeps are going to be loud. Ouchie. The good news is they did not send me a new pump this week because my bag volume and runtime is staying the same. So it's 16 hours a day that I'm connected to the bag. Oh, I'm not pushing hard enough. I was like, why isn't it going? Okay, I need to do that with my left hand. Me and these little filters like to get into it too, because it'll act like you got all the air out, and then next thing you know, it shifts and there's an air bubble. So I prime it probably more than a lot of people would. So let's see here. Come on. See, that wasn't very much air, which makes me nervous. So I like to just see, I saw that coming. Okay. I wish it didn't take so much like physical effort. Alright, so now it's going to start peeing everywhere. That looks good. Okay, these filters have actually been playing nice the last couple days, which I appreciate. Okay. So now it is going to start yelling. Yeah, I figured I might as well go live because I haven't for a bit. How's work going, love? Oh, I mean, slow's better than some of the alternatives, at least. Oh my gosh, I did that so fast, the bag didn't even have a chance to start yelling at me. That's fantastic. Okay. So, the TPN part is done. Teresa, welcome in. Now, I get to do my meds. And since I have all of this set up, we're going to start with my Zofran because that's an injectable. I'm not sure who's requesting a box. I cannot touch my phone. Fudge. I better call that in. It's so stupid that they only give me one vial at a time, and yet one vial, if I were to take it 3 times a day like I'm supposed to, it would only last me 3 days and 1 dose on the 4th day, and that is it. Because I take it twice a day, and that's usually enough, it'll last me 5 days. I don't know. I think they can, but only if the doctor like writes it that way, if that makes sense. They're so stupid picky about everything, and it's like, I could call it in now. This is the same point that I called it in last time, and I went without it for 3 days. So I've got to figure that out, honestly. I am so tired. I wound up rearranging by myself, which took me 5 times longer than it would the normal person, because I had to take everything off and out of like drawers and whatnot. But I did. I wound up having to do it all by myself, and that really sucked. So I'm hurting really bad. But it's done, and I absolutely love this setup. I'm super excited for it. Gosh, my back is hurting so bad. I cannot wait to get my pain meds in my system, because this is kicking my butt. I can tell that my hands are hurting and that I'm weak, because I was really struggling to push that because of the pain it was sending through my hand and my fingers. It doesn't help I've been without my Fibromed for I don't even know how long at this point. So with Zofran, you want to push it very, very slowly over like 2 to 3 minutes, because if you push it too quickly, it will give you a like severe migraine that no meds can help with. So always, always, always push Zofran very slowly to prevent that. I usually have my Wicked soundtrack playing, and I'll start it at the start of a song, and then have it finished by the end of the song. Oh, no. Where'd all you little bubbles come from? And I'm gonna have to do an extra flush. Gosh dang it. It is not my day today. Technically, little bubbles won't hurt you, but little bubbles can build up to a big bubble. And honestly, it just makes me paranoid, so. Seeing those bubbles, that made me super nervous, so. It doesn't help that I can almost never get all the air out of my Zofran syringe. I think we got it this time. That's better. This is one of the longest parts. Hey, thanks for answering that comment, hun. Yes, I just finished setting up my TPN, and I am currently administering my IV Zofran. It has to be pushed very slowly over 2 to 3 minutes, because if you push Zofran too quickly, it will give you a severe headache or migraine that no meds can touch. So it takes forever. And then as soon as I'm done with this, you guys get to see me grind up most of my meds and see how I've been taking those. I guess while I'm pushing this, I can get my other syringe ready. It happens, you know. I definitely wouldn't wish these kind of issues on anybody else, but this is the hand I've been dealt for whatever reason, and I'm just trying to make the best of it. It's definitely not easy. It's not fun. There's many other things I'd rather be doing right now than, you know, giving myself IV meds, but we do what we gotta do to get by. Thank you so much for the likes. 2K likes. You guys are awesome. I am still sick too, and it sucks. This cough, I am finally getting better, but I've still had a terrible cough today and just kind of feel run down. Aw, thank you so much, hon. Oh, thank you for the rose. That's very much appreciated. For anyone who doesn't know, any gifts that I get, it will be going towards the fundraiser to help me with that. The fundraiser link is still in my bio. It will stay in my bio until the fundraiser is closed. The big thing to remember is that every little bit helps. I have been extremely grateful for the donations that I have gotten. It's helped me pay for medication co-pays. It's helped me get, gloves. It truly does help a lot. Every little bit. It adds up, and it adds up quickly. Even if all you're able to do is share it, that helps a lot too, because the more people share it, the more visibility that it will get, and the better chances of meeting my goal and getting the help that I need. I always feel so icky when I'm promoting my fundraiser. Or my book. I'm no good at promoting that either. Alright, this is almost done. So now I have to do one more flush, but this one I have to start very slowly because there's still Zofran in my line, and if I were to just push my saline flush the way I normally would, it would be the same as slamming the Zofran, and we don't want that. So get this bad boy hooked up. I am going to be very excited to be done with this so that I can go sit on the bed and watch my show. Sometimes it feels like it takes forever, and it does get frustrating. I spend probably 2 hours a day total doing line care and medication and things like that, and it does definitely wear on me. It's exhausting. Like, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. But like I said, you do what you have to do. And for me, that means lots of time spent on medical care stuff. Before I can sit and relax, I need to start a little laundry too. Gosh dang it. Perfect. Alright. Last syringe for the line, and this is my heparin flush, my heparin lock. So what this does, and you'll see here in a second, it's a much smaller syringe. It's half the size. This prevents any blood from clotting in my line and causing occlusions or making my line go bad or making me sick. It doesn't hurt anything. It doesn't, like, I really don't feel it or taste it. I know some people taste meds. I don't. So as soon as this is done, I get to clean this up and take the rest of my meds, which I take by mouth because it's been a pain in the butt to try and get a pharmacy that would fill my any IV medications. And then when we did finally think we found a solution, my insurance was refusing to cover it, saying that the dose was too high. And it's like, well, yeah, it is a high dose, because I'm in severe pain. I really honestly hate how much involvement insurance companies have in people getting what they need. Okay, today's Thursday. Technically, it's, well, so 2 of these I cannot grind up. I have to just take them because they're film coated. And hope that I don't throw them up. Where did I put, oh. So my pill grinder actually broke. So I still have the lid, but that's it. The bottom part broke, so I have to do this the hard way. Oh, there we go. I have to do this the very hard way. Oh my gosh, I might not have the strength to do it today. Ah, there we go. There's one. One of the things I have on my Amazon wish list, which is also linked in my bio, is a pill grinder. So if you're feeling extra generous and, you know, want to take pity on me from having to do this the super extra hard way, you could always get me the pill grinder off my wish list. The pain pill is always the hardest one because it's the biggest. I need to start like cutting it into fourths. I feel like that'll make it easier, but pardon me. Goodness. Sorry, I'm like super concentrating because this is really hard and really painful. This bowl is working better than the one I used earlier though, which is very nice because I'm getting it into a much finer powder. The finer it is, the easier it will mix with my cranberry juice. And the easier, like it won't clog it. It does taste absolutely atrocious, and because I have ARFID, I have to do this in an extremely annoying, time-consuming, multi-step kind of way. So I like to get about half my syringe of non-contaminated cranberry juice, and then what sucks is this still isn't even all the meds I'm supposed to be taking. This is just the ones that I'm able to, like, these are some of my most important. It's my allergy meds, which helps with my MCAS, my pain med, my sleep med. It seriously tastes so terrible. Not all meds can be ground up like this, for the record. Do not just grind up any medication. If it has a film coating, you cannot grind it up because that has like a time release thing to it, and it has to survive getting into your system. So that's why the first two that you saw me take, I had to take whole, and that was my montelukast, which is an allergy med, and my famotidine, which serves a double purpose. It's used to treat MCAS, and it's also used to treat and prevent ulcers and like severe acid reflux. This takes forever. That's probably the worst part about it. Besides the taste, of course. The cranberry juice masks it a lot. It definitely helps, and it masks it. And I haven't found anything else that works quite as well as the cranberry juice besides cola. Like Coca-Cola works really good. But the carbonation makes it kind of tricky. So, and I can't buy soda on my EBT anymore. So even though I rely very heavily on like Sprite to help with my stomach, I can't get it anymore because you can't buy soda with SNAP benefits in Utah anymore. Oh, goodness. Okay. I'm trying so hard to just get this down. My stomach's starting to get upset. The benefit to grinding up the meds is that they get into my system pretty quickly. So even if I throw up in 20 minutes, this will be in my system. They changed it in Indiana too. It sucks because like I rely on it so much to settle my stomach. Also, hey beautiful. But the cranberry juice does at least help with, it masks the flavor, the taste of the meds really, really well. This is too much freaking cranberry juice. Almost done. And I love cranberry juice, by the way. Like, taste-wise, I'm in seventh heaven. It's literally just like, this is so much liquid for me to be ingesting right now. And I have to do this twice a day. I wish that they would take things like that into consideration. Like, I understand they're trying to prevent people from, like, abusing the system and whatnot. I get that. But that's like, you're punishing everyone for a few people abusing the system, you know? And so it kind of ticks me off. Because, like, I don't know. I have mixed opinions on it, honestly, because I do think that if you're asking for help from the state, then they, you know, they could decide what you spend that money on. But at the same time, I have ARFID, which already restricts what I can eat. And then, like, to take away a whole bunch of items that I rely on, just, it sucked. And it's still a brand new thing. Like, it's only been in effect here since the start of the year. Alright, with any luck, this should be the last. Nope. Dang it. See, we can still get Gatorade, Powerade. We did run into an issue not too long ago with, a thing of juice, because apparently it wasn't a high enough concentrate of actual juice or something, and so we weren't able to get it, and that made me mad because it was an Ocean Spray brand. It was like a watermelon something flavor. Okay. Holy smokes. I probably just had, it was up to about here. And this is a 16.9 ounce bottle, so I'd say I just had a good, like, 8 ounces of freaking cranberry juice. Like, 6 to 8 ounces. And I feel so full. I'm just hoping it stays down. This is part of the reason I do my nausea med first as well. Is so that I'm less likely to throw up my meds. And then I do this just because it helps me rinse out my little bowl here and my syringe, because we do not have our own kitchen, so washing things out as well as I'd like is tricky. I'm so tired. All right, last one. So now the only other med I have to take today, if I'm still conscious, will be one more pain med in about 5 hours. I'm having to rework my pain med schedule because I take 5 Percocet 10s a day, and the only problem with that is remembering to take them. And I was doing really good there for a while, but then I went, I went more than a month without them because no one told me, hey, you should try grinding them up. And I can't remember where I got the idea. It was probably from Jenny, because I saw her grinding her meds up one night, and I was like, I wonder if I could do that. And I talked to my doctor, and with some of my meds, he said, yep, go for it, you're good to go. But any that are film coated or anything like that, I can't. So, and then I'm just gonna keep these in here. I'll give you guys a fun little tour of my my new setup. I think it's pretty great. I'm pretty excited. I worked really, really, really hard on it today. And I still have a little bit of work to do. It's not quite done, but so obviously you can see this area. Stupid puzzle piece. It has to be hard if you have kids on certain things. Yes, it is. And that's actually an issue for me as well with my ARFID. So I'm autistic, so that I have sensory issues. On top of, I have ARFID, which is avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. So I have a lot of food aversions. And yeah, I can't get some of my safe foods now. Same with my kiddo. There are things that we can't get anymore, and it really sucks. It's really not fair. Okay, so you can see this. I am going to take you off the stand. Hi. Oh, I can tell that I'm still really sick. Okay, full camera, there we go. Okay, so this is actually an entertainment center. This jewelry box and the little earring stand were just recently passed down to me from my grandma because she's getting up there in years, and she because of all of my health issues and us not knowing what's going to happen, she wanted to make sure that I got to enjoy something of hers that I've wanted most of my life. So that's new and extremely sentimental. Over here, I have, so this top shelf is just kind of random, and it's where I'm going to put, like, it's where I laid my TPN earlier. Down here, so obviously you can see my rolls of Coban and the fun white mesh that we all love so much. Then I have syringes. Alcohol pads are in that one. That one. My sharps container. The green one has my gloves in it, which I'm getting low. Those are my needles to draw out my medications. Then down here is most of my other stuff. So all of my dressing change stuff, my batteries, my masks. In the back, like all that. Down there is hygiene stuff. So my bath wipes are down there and whatnot. I took the drawers, I had my partner take the drawers off, and this is what I'm currently using down here for. So I have my pull-ups and I have my chucks right there, easy to grab, ready to go. And then I have my nightstand, and then my side of the bed, which is a mess right now. We're going to ignore that. And then up top, my little Glinda. All of my coloring stuff, notebooks, things like that. And then some of my Legos and puzzles and some of my smaller stuffies. In case you can't tell, I am a huge Stitch fan. I am still trying to figure out how to make use of these two bins, because I freaking love these and I really want to make use of them. But I've not been able to find any way to make use of them that has stuck. So, that is a night in my life. I try really hard to stay positive and look on the bright side and make the best of things, but sometimes it is really hard. I just remembered something I was gonna do. Okay, it doesn't exactly match. I might change my shirt, but I'm gonna wear my watermelon compression. Oh, I am so organized. I have such bad OCD. So I absolutely hate the white mesh, and I'm tired of fighting with it. And since I've lost enough weight, I think I can use... Oh, but these socks aren't as tall as I thought. It would definitely fit around. Okay, we're gonna cut the toe off of these. Aw, thank you, hon. I appreciate that. I don't feel very pretty right now. I feel like a hot mess. But thank you. It doesn't help that I've still got this stupid bug, whatever it is that's going around is just, it's freaking brutal. Like, it has wreaked havoc. Dino missed 2 nights of work because it hit him so bad. And then he couldn't even sleep. It was so bad. Like, he couldn't even get any sleep. Okay. So these are Kingdom Hearts socks. So I'm really, really excited, and I really, really want this to work. because then I can go around rocking Disney again. Oh no. Come on, Mickey. Come on, Mickey, we can do it. Come on, Mickey, we can do it. Woo! 3K! Look at that. Come on, Mickey. M-I-C-K-E-Y M-O-U-S-E, Mickey Mouse. Sorry, that's the old Mickey Mouse Clubhouse song. The one most people know now is M-I-C-K-E-Y M-O-U-S-E M-I-C-K-E-Y M-O-U-S-E. It's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Come inside, it's fun inside. I'm a Disney nerd, sorry guys. Push my fat in. What do we think? Is it recognizable as Mickey, or is it too stretched out? I was really hoping this would work, and my line's not yelling at me, which means it's not putting too much pressure on my line, so that's a good sign. Then I also have Sora and Donald. I don't know what happened to my Goofy. I had a couple others. They probably just got lost over time. I've moved a lot. It looks good. Awesome. Something better than the stupid white mesh, because it's only good for like a few hours and then it starts to roll. And as soon as it starts rolling, it cuts off circulation. So I was really hoping that this would work, and I'm super excited. I'm not going to cut the other two pairs yet, my Sora and my Donald, just in case. I want to see how this does, if it's going to be too tight or cause any pain. If it works, then I'm going to cut these ones too. That way I have 6 sleeves. Really? They didn't send you any, dude. They stressed it so hard with me. They're like, you have to wear this. You have to make sure that you have it covered so it doesn't catch on anything. And like, I can see where they're coming from, but good Lord. And now, like, I use an extra dressing so that I can have my line come up and sit up here. That way it's easier to manage, because being in a wheelchair, right, I am wearing bottoms, TikTok, before you do or say any bull crap. So, okay, so normally my backpack is on the back of my chair, okay? So we're just gonna pretend that it's there. But when I'm wheeling myself, right, like now, it's perfect. But imagine, right, like if I had it down, like most people, every time I wheel myself, you see the problem there? I wheel myself and my line is in danger of getting tangled in my wheelchair. So yeah. Oh, I'm late too, hon. I was more than an hour late getting mine started tonight. You are not the only one. Why are you stalling? I was stalling because I was cleaning, and because I'm having one of those days where I'm wondering what would happen if I stopped the TPN. Like, if I stopped the TPN and I just made myself eat. And I know that that's a bad idea. Logically, I know that's a bad idea. But you of all people understand where I'm coming from when I say I'm so freaking sick of the bag. It hasn't even been a month for me, and I'm so freaking sick of it. That, and I was cleaning and rearranging, and then I had to shower. I was super, super stinky and smelly, and I didn't want to go another night without a shower, so that delayed it too. Okay, so now both the Mickey ones are sleeves. Yeah. Oh, my nose is all icky. Oh, if you wear compression stockings, so these were donated to me by a friend. I love these ones because they're watermelon. I learned a fun trick to helping put them on that's less painful on the hands. So what you do is you put your hand in and keep your heel by the palm of your hand, or the heel of your hand. And then, oh, the 2-minute cotton wheelchair. Yeah, I don't know. So that's why I just started doing this, like, because now I don't have to worry about it. It's a lot more secure. It just takes extra work. Okay, so then you want to pull it down until you see the heel right there. See that? Don't mind my caca feet. They're clean. I just washed them. I just really hate feet. Okay. And then I like to pinch it right there just so it doesn't come undone. And then you put that on. Wiggle it on. These aren't even super tight compression socks either, but okay, so once you have it on, so my toes are perfect in that little toe box. And then I like to at least get it over my heel first. So I do that, and then bam. I feel that, and knowing how much more you've got to deal with, I can only imagine, hun. If I'm wanting to freaking chuck it, like, language warning, today, the last couple days, has been one of those times where I want to chuck it in the fuck it bucket and walk away. I don't want to do it. I'm tired of it. No, stalling won't help, and you're gonna feel worse if you don't set it up. But I get not wanting to. I really do. I had to fight myself. Like, I normally have my TPN set up and connected by 8 p.m. And I'm usually so good about it. But I just really did not want to. Like, I just didn't. And then it doesn't help that, like, when I hear about other people, like, struggling with their medical stuff, like poor Jenny's incident on Saturday, or I think it was Saturday, I don't know, with her line literally exploding, it made me really paranoid to do anything with my line. logically doesn't make sense because I do not have the same type of line. I've never had an issue with my line, but it's literally just like I have so much medical trauma and I have such a hard time with stuff like that that it makes me paranoid, and it adds to my wanting to just chuck it in the fuck it bucket. Oh gosh, it was Friday. Okay, yeah, I can only imagine. Holy crap. Did you have the same one that she did, Sarah? The Groshanks Hickman? I've been debating advocating for a Hickman just because being in my wheelchair, like having the PICC line, you have to be careful. You can't lift too much. You can't like put too much weight. Nudity and body exposure, whatever. But when my mobility is like, when I'm having really, really bad mobility days and I'm needing to like put my weight so I can transfer, like I can't do that because of the PICC line. So I'm mulling it over and debating because I can see pros and cons, and I really don't want any more medical procedures, period. Like, I wish I didn't have to have any. But I also know that, like, I have to look at my safety. And I don't know what could happen if I'm, like, putting that weight on my arm, like, my body weight, my whole body weight on my arm to transfer myself, you know? I might talk to my doctor about it and see what he thinks, but I also know that you only have so many access points in your life, and I kind of just want to keep the PICC line for as long as it'll stay good. See, and I had to fight to get the midline. So I got the midline in December, and that one was in my left arm. And I had to fight for that after multiple, like half a dozen failed blood draw attempts. Because they just could not get veins. So they had to do ultrasound guided IVs just to do blood draws, let alone the fact that I needed to start doing IV fluids because I was showing signs of severe dehydration for over a year. No matter what I was doing, I was trying everything. But because I can't, like, they couldn't find the veins, and I don't tolerate needles. I have a severe needle phobia. My doctor finally agreed to do the midline. Well, the only problem with that is with midlines, they don't like to draw back most of the time. And so when my health started to get worse and there was the talk of TPN, we realized we're going to have to, do a PICC. So I had to push for that. What was worse is when I got my midline, the doctor I was seeing at the time screwed up big time. Big time. She sent the orders for me to get the PICC line, but she did not set up anything for me to have flushes, for fluids, for anything. So I went over a week without any supplies whatsoever. I had nothing, no flushes, no nothing. My home health nurse was the one that helped me and advocated for me and got me all my supplies set up and going. And then I'm very lucky for my home health team. They've really helped me a lot, and they've helped me learn how to advocate for myself better. But then that was kind of my final straw with her, and I switched to a doctor that works with my home health company instead, like more directly. And he's been awesome, but it can also be hard to get with him sometimes. So, I don't know. It's a lot. I have had a couple of I had to blacklist 2 nurses. I told them flat out, they are not allowed. They're not allowed to come and see me. The first one, when I had my midline, she came for the dressing change. She shoved. So, for those who don't know, I'm going to explain this a little bit. With an IV, a midline, a PICC line, they're all pretty much the same. It goes from being the catheter to being the hard plastic, right? And then you've got like your wings there. That hard plastic bit, this nurse had shoved right up against the hole. Like, it was like visibly pushing into the hole, caused a crap ton of pain, lots of swelling, made me bleed a fair bit, and then she refused to come back. She wouldn't come back. She would not. She told me, it's fine. It's fine. You'll be fine. It's just tender because it's still fresh. It's fine. It was not tender. It was excruciating. I had to go to the ER. Went to the ER. They had to double check the placement of the line. And then, oh dang, a whole new company. They checked the placement of the line. It was good to go. So they did a dressing change, backed the line off a little bit, and then that was it. It was fine. It was really sore for a few days, bruised up pretty bad, but it was okay. The next dressing change, the nurse pulled the freaking line out. Or no, it was after I got the PICC line. It was like the first dressing change after I got the PICC line, before I got my permanent nurse, my nurse. This nurse came over and she kept pulling the line. And I'm like, dude, if this line comes out by 3 dots, I have to go to the freaking ER. Quit pulling the line out. So she wasn't listening. So I had gloves on. I stay sterile. I help my nurses as much as I can. And I put my thumb right there and I pushed down and I was holding the catheter in place. And she's like, you need to move your thumb. I was like, no, you keep pulling the line out. I'm not moving my thumb. You don't need me to move my thumb to do anything right now. I'm not moving. She was not too happy. And then the last time she came out, because she was the on-call nurse, when I had to call in one night, she came and she got pissy with me because of our home security system outside. She heard it say, hello, you're being recorded. It's a Ring security system. And she was like, just so you know, we're not allowed to be recorded and I don't consent to you recording me. And I was like, what? I'm not recording you. Like, what are you talking about? So it was a big deal. So those 2 nurses, I said never again. I do not want them here. Thankfully, most of the time I get my nurse Kylie and she's awesome. But like, those 2 instances like freaked me the heck out, between shoving it way too close to the hole and then almost pulling it out to the point that I would have had to have gone to the ER, like after I just got it done. It was like a week old. It was the first dressing change. I was so mad. So I've had to really work on learning how to advocate for myself because I'm not good at it at all. But yeah, it's definitely added to my medical trauma a lot. Yeah, because she thought we were recording, and it's like, so my better half walked her out, And our entrance is the back door. So you have to go through the backyard and then through the gate and along the side of the house in the driveway. And there's a motion sensor camera right there. Okay. Here's what's hilarious about it. When she got here, my partner met her outside because she never seems to know how to close doors, and she's not a nurse that I trust, so not just gonna have her walking in. So my partner went upstairs and met her outside. She didn't say a word about it because it went off then, right? It always goes off when you walk past it. When he walked her out, that's when she texted me, and she was all, well, when your boyfriend met me outside and when he walked out, I heard it say that I'm being recorded. If we were recording you on our phone's not going to say, hello, you're being recorded. Like, hello? You didn't notice that it happened at the same spot both times when you got here and when you were leaving? Like, ugh. I do that all the time. You're good. I'm still pretty bad about it, mostly because I feel like I'm being rude. And I'm not a rude person. I don't like being rude. And it always makes me feel like I'm being rude when I have to like put my foot down on something. So I'm a lot better about it than I used to be, but it's still really, really hard. I am learning just how important it is, though. Like, you have to advocate for yourself, because if you don't, like, it can go bad. It can go really bad. And I don't know anyone that would want that. So, oh, I can't believe how red I still am, and I'm, like, so shiny. And I don't know why, because I literally just showered, like, before I did my TPN. Weird. Alright, I'm gonna give it another, like, 5-ish minutes, and then I'm probably gonna hop off of here. My throat is starting to kill me from talking so much. I do have to admit, though, going live and talking to you guys and being able to just talk to people that understand has made a really big difference for me mentally in how I'm handling all of this. Because it really is so freaking isolating. And I can only talk to my partner about so much, you know? And so it has been really awesome to be able to come on here and talk to people and not feel so alone in this stupid battle. So I want you guys to know how much I appreciate you for hanging out with me, for chatting, for, you know, all the likes, the whole 9 yards. It really does mean a lot, even though it probably seems really small to most people. It's really big to me because I don't get out of the house very often. I don't get out of my room very often. Yeah, so part of my problem, so like this is my really old wheelchair that my ex-husband lost the footrests for. So I use this one around the house. It had the armrests, but I had to take them off because with where they sit, it kept hitting my PICC line. Yeah, I can see the lighter. For me, it's literally just because, like, when I go to wheel myself, I have to do this when I have the armrests on. because it was hitting and rubbing on my PICC, and that freaking hurt. Did not feel good. But a lot of the, like, accessories, yeah, I guess that's the right word, that I would like to have to make life a little bit easier, you need the armrests for. So it's kind of a catch-22. I've definitely gotten used to not having the armrests. It really used to bug me in the beginning, because my, like, not having anything to rest my shoulders on, or my elbows on, to help prevent my shoulders from subluxing and pulling. But I've gotten so used to it now. The only thing that sucks is because my ex-husband lost the leg rests, it means, sorry, I'm trying to show. It means that I have to hold my legs up or just let them drag. And either way, that can be really painful and really exhausting. So, tubular bar armrests. Really? I'll have to look that up. Oh, are there? I'm not sure. I know, so I've talked to my wheelchair guy a couple of times, and he said that we're going to go with a rigid frame. So it's a rigid frame custom wheelchair with a power assist motor that attaches underneath. He had originally suggested doing the motors in the wheels, like each wheel has a motor, but the problem with that is it makes it a lot heavier, and where we live in a basement and my partner has to haul my wheelchair up and down a flight of stairs, we decided that that wouldn't be a good option. So other than that, I don't know anything yet about what my wheelchair is going to be. I just know that it's a custom fitted rigid frame manual wheelchair with a power assist motor. And I cannot wait. Yeah, I have one on my wish list. I've had it on there for quite a while. The problem is, and the reason why I have a fundraiser going, my account is almost $700 in the negative right now. From having to pay bills and just trying to survive and medication costs. Financially, I am so strapped, it's unreal. So, I've had one on my wish list, and I've been keeping my fingers crossed that someone will see it and, you know, send it, but, because it could still be months before I get my custom chair, you know, so I'm trying to make the best of it with this one. The other chair that I have, we keep in the trunk of the car, because I only go out when I'm with my partner anyway. And it has footrests, but the problem is I can't use it in the house because the footrests are so far out forward that, like, I can't make any of the turns. It is not small space friendly at all. So with this one, at least I can get around the house. I just have to hold my legs up, which, yes, it's painful and it's not fun, but it's still safer than me trying to walk, because I am considered an extreme fall risk. Oh, hon, trust me, I get it. Don't even stress about it. Don't even stress about it. Talking to you and having a friend that understands and that I can bitch with is one of the best things ever. There are a lot of people that can't help, and I understand that. I just also know that I know some people that could help if they wanted to. including some family that likes to brag about how much they help people and yet have never once helped me. So I'm a little bit salty towards those people because I know that they could help if they wanted to and they just don't want to. But it's like the people that want to help can't, and the people that can help won't. And that's what's disappointing. Because I can't imagine having the means to help a friend or a family member and choosing not to and just watching them suffer. I myself could never do that. That would just break my freaking heart and tear me apart. I can't stand watching people suffer, and if I can do something about it, I'm going to, but that's me. You wouldn't be able to either. Okay, see, so it's not just me. I have a theory on that, though. It's usually the people like us that struggle the most, that suffer the most, that have been through the hardest things, that will go out of our way to help other people. I have literally been down to like 1 can of stew. That's all I had. And a friend of mine hadn't eaten in 3 days and told me, and I was like, here, take it. I've eaten today. You haven't. Take it. Like, that's just who I am. I cannot stand seeing the people that I care about struggle if I can do something about it. So I do get pretty salty when it comes to, family and friends that I know for a fact could help and they just won't. But I just have to remember that not everyone is as understanding, and I just hope that they never have to know what it's like to be in the kind of position to need to ask for help. Because it can happen to anyone at any time, and that's what most people don't understand, is being disabled is the one group of people that anyone can join at any time. You get into a car wreck tomorrow and become disabled. Lose your job, lose everything, and need help. And yet, when people hear that someone's disabled or see that someone's disabled, they just turn their backs to it. Pretend that it's not there. Oh, that could never happen to me. Well, Karen, I hope it doesn't happen, but it most definitely could. All right. I am going to jump off of here. Sarah, beautiful, go get your TPN going and try to get some rest. I'll probably be awake for a little bit longer, if you want a message and chat, but I better not get a message from you until your TPN is set up, or I'm going to kick your butt. For everyone else that joined tonight, thank you so much. Just a reminder, again, the link to my fundraiser and other support links can be found in the Beacons link in my bio. Every little bit helps. Every dollar adds up. So please don't think that your $5 donation isn't enough, because everything helps. All right. Bubby, you have terrible timing. I'm just getting off of here. I love you guys. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow.